This is Mosul. It was once the capital of the so-called Islamic State, or ISIS, which virtually destroyed the city. More than 2 years after Mosul's liberation and the defeat of the terrorist group, the once bustling city remains in ruin, waiting to be rebuilt.
It was a very difficult period. It's very difficult to forget.
At-Ta'i, who lived in Mosul for 40 years, refuses to leave. He reopened his paint shop despite being one of only a handful of other shops returning.
Store owners, when they reopen their stores, they bring back their families. And when the other store owners see businesses are back, they come back. The city will rebound.
The city still resembles a ghost town. Piles and piles of rubble that used to be houses clutter the city. Residents feel neglected, despite witnessing years of horrific ISIS brutality. Very little government help is coming.
This area was the last place liberated from the hands of ISIS. There were fierce and intense battles that caused great damage in the area. It is well known that old Mosul has worn out old buildings characterized by narrow alleys and a lack of infrastructure.
On this day, Hussam al-Ammari, a member of the Nineveh Provincial Council, is inspecting work in Mosul's old city. Flanked by guards, al-Ammari admits work is moving at a sluggish pace. The Iraqi government says it will take years and hundreds of billions of dollars to reconstruct the city. Money it says it doesn't have. Signs of people returning can be found in and around Mosul. Muayyad Saeed al-Qahwali is rebuilding the house that his father left for him.
Now we are rebuilding the house because we consider it a legacy. We must rebuild Mosul again, despite all the destruction.
Residents gather outside this sandwich shop, guardedly watching the official inspecting the site, but have little hope. For many Mosul residents, rampant corruption and bureaucracy makes progress almost impossible. For them, it's frustrating.
They talk about Saddam's time. We used to have one calamity, Saddam. Now we have 1,000 calamities, from the head of parliament to the lowest public worker. For your knowledge, before it was much better than now. We had security, stability, and prosperity.
Abu Omar is hopeful. He sees himself as a community leader, someone who could inspire others to return.
My presence here has a positive and moral effect and encourages people to return. Some of my neighbors are starting to return, and some shops are reopening.
2 years after ISIS was expelled from Mosul, the city still struggles with electricity, clean water, and other basic services, making it impossible for the millions of displaced residents to come back and live in the city. But Abu Omar here says that he is determined to open back his business and raise his family in the city. From Mosul, Mohammed Al-Qasim reporting for the Media Line.